All right, welcome out to another short episode of the Pirates Cove podcast. Just kind of wanted to come up here before I get to bed tonight. It's kind of late, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the 7-on-7 Rockport-Fulton Pirates. I was out in Sinton earlier this evening, to kind of watch the Varsity. They had two games this evening against Rockport Wildcats, and then they played against Sinton. Um, the Rockport-Fulton Junior Varsity and freshmen also played this evening. The varsity plays on one side of the football field there in Sinton. The junior varsity plays on the other half of the side, and I believe the freshman teams play in their indoor facility. So I have not had an opportunity to actually watch our junior varsity and our freshman play. I was out in Sinton last week and this evening to kind of watch just the varsity. That's all I could do. I wanted to kind of get a feel for what they were doing. So last week we played Portland last Monday, first game. I thought we played really well. Sean Howell is the quarterback for the Pirates, the Rockport-Fulton Pirates. I thought he had some great throws last week. I thought our receivers had some great catches. I thought they ran some good routes. Sean put the ball where only our receivers could catch it. Of course, there's some miscues, obviously, but I thought overall in that game we played really well. We scored a few touchdowns, so I was really impressed with the way we played against Gravy Portland. And then, in game two we played against the Sinton Pirates, and I thought we really struggled in that game too last week. We had a couple of turnovers, some drop passes, some miscues, and defensively, I thought Sinton scored a few times on our defense. We're recovering. So I wanted to come back I wanted to go back out there, obviously, and see the second game. And we're going to play Sinton again this evening. And I wanted to get out there and I wanted to see how we were going to play against them tonight. We're scheduled to play both of those games. And in the first game this evening, we played Portland. And I thought we did good, just like we did last week. I thought Sean had some great throws. Um, to our receivers. I thought our receivers tonight made some really tough catches in the end zone, but they caught them. They held on to them, and again there was some great route running, and defensively, I thought we played much better against Portland this evening. I believe Trevor Garcia had an interception, so that was nice to see. Dawson Phillips back there covering as well. So they've got some pieces defensively, but what you'll see possibly from last year coming back. So that was really nice. There's some new guys there with numbers, but I don't know everybody, so I apologize. I just know a few people from last year. Some of the players didn't have a roster where I could put a name with that number. But overall, defensively, I thought we played really well in that game one this evening against Portland. We're going to game two and against Sin. So this is the one I wanted to see how well we were going to play offensively and defensively. Offensively, we played a lot better than we did last week. Of course, some miscues, but we had some good throws. Sean had some good throws, some good catches. And so I thought we had played better tonight against Sinton offensively than we did last week. Defensively, Sinton's quarterback last week, they went to that receiver. I don't know his name, but they got a guy that's really tall, really athletic, real talented out there. That's going to cause some problems this year for some defenses. And I thought we covered him better this week, this evening. There was times where he had like a little stop and then go, and he's kind of tall. So if you can get past over your defense, if that quarterback lays you right there where it needs to be, he's going to get it 9 times out of 10. So the one time I saw him stop and then go and try to get over the coverage, I thought the safety in the corner, those two guys out there, did a really good job of staying with him. The ball was thrown a little over him, so he wasn't able to get the catch. But the coverage is what I saw that I liked. He still has some catches, but they did better covering him. Overall, the defense I thought played better against Sinton tonight than they did last week. So when you look at both games this week, definitely there's some things that we got to work on, like every team does. But I really liked what I saw. I think there were some things that we did, some throws that Sean can make that I think we can build on that when the season starts. So I thought overall we played really well in both games. I don't know if they keep score. I didn't keep score. But I think I heard them down there. They were kind of throwing some scores out there. I did record some of the clippings I didn't live stream, but I got some recordings here and there. I'll be posting some up from that game, maybe 3 or 4 recordings, but I'll put them up on the Pirates Cove Sports Network Facebook and Twitter page tomorrow when I get time. But I thought overall we played really well this evening. And like I said, Sean Howe, I believe will be the quarterback. That's just what I'm assuming. He's the guy that's thrown there for varsity, but he didn't play quarterback last year. So it'll be a process for him, right? There'll be a lot he has to learn. We got a new athletic director, head football coach this year, Coach Bible. He's new. Got a new offensive coordinator, I believe, some new coordinators. So it'll be a process. But I'm excited to see what that process is going to look like, what our offense is going to look like, what kind of defense we're going to play. It's always like that when new coaches come in, right? We want to see, what everything's going to look like. And through the games in the season, how our kids are going to react to that. So I'm excited. The football season is right around the corner. So I'm excited to see what kind of offense we're going to run and all of that stuff. We plan to have Coach Bible come on the podcast on our Wednesday's podcast right before football season starts. Hopefully, he'll be wanting to come on, talk about his program, get some of his coordinators to come on as well to talk about the offense, talk about the defense, kind of introduce him to our community, and he can talk and what do we have what do we have to look forward to, right? What this upcoming year would look like, what are his expectations, and what this will look like in 2 or 3 years, right? So there's a lot to get excited about, but I understand it's a process. A lot of kids going into a new system, so sometimes that takes time. Sometimes they get right, they catch on real quick. So with football just around the corner, hopefully we can get out there 2 days, watch some practices, and then come on the podcast and kind of talk about what we're seeing out there, kind of get a sense of how excited the players are, kind of what the mood's like, and come back. And that's what we do here on the podcast, right? We talk about that. So we're definitely looking forward to that. The crew will be back to live stream the games. We'll have Rick Walker back, obviously, Johnny the Z-Man Zavala, Rob Walker. These guys with other guys will be there putting it all together for us again this year. Those guys played football for Rockport back in the 90s. They had a lot of success. They love South Texas football. They love Rockport football. They're alumni, so they have a passion. So they come in here. You can hear that passion in their voices when they're commentating the game. So I look forward to having them back this year and hearing them, and talking about the games on Friday nights, bringing them to our community and other people that want to catch it. And then the podcast on Wednesday, which this year we're not only will we be talking about varsity, but we're also going to be talking about our youth when they play on Saturdays, what they're doing at that level, what they're doing in the middle school level, what they're doing in the freshman and junior varsity. So the podcast on Wednesdays may be a little longer, but I think they're worth it to be able to talk about all of those programs and per game and see what they're doing and see what kind of talent we have coming up in the future. All of these underclassmen to middle school, to youth, they're the future, and they'll be playing on Friday nights here soon. So not only do we want to cover our varsity, but we also want to cover the other levels as well. So the podcast will be a little longer, but I think it's going to be exciting. I'm definitely excited to talk about that. And then bringing in coaches. And of course, we'll bring in the players as well, like we did last year. Those players who want to come on and talk about the program, talk about what they're doing, talk about the workout, preparing for the season. So just like we do it all the time, definitely looking forward to all of that. And I'll be back in Sinton tomorrow. It'll be the middle school. They'll be going 7-on-7. So I'll be back out there in Sinton tomorrow. And I'll be talking about the 7-on-7 middle school, and I'll do a little bit of recordings as well. And when I get back, I'll do another quick podcast to kind of give you my thoughts on what I saw from our middle school. And then the next day, hopefully, I have a couple of recording clippings that I can add to the Pirates Cove Sports Network Facebook and Twitter page, so you guys can see if you make it out to the game. But again, what I saw this evening, I thought was better than what I saw the first week. It's going to be a process, but I think there's some things that we got there that we can build on. So Yeah, just and then I don't know what'll happen. I think they have maybe one more game. I have to look at the schedule that was sent to me, but if there is, I'll be back out there again. And then the season's just around the corner, so it'll go by real quick. And 2 days will be coming up here shortly. So hopefully we can get out there, watch some practices, and then come back on and talk about what we're seeing. So really getting excited. Football season right around the corner, and we love talking football here on the Pirates Cove. So definitely looking forward to that. But I'll be back out there tomorrow and sitting 7-on-7 for the middle school, and then I'll come back briefly do a little short podcast, talk about it, and hopefully I'll get some recordings on that game, little clips, and then I can upload them to the Pirates Cove Sports Network Facebook and Twitter page. So just wanted to come out here a few minutes. It's kind of late. I got to get to bed. I got to get up in a couple of hours, but I wanted to get this out. I'll upload it here in a minute, and then I'll do the same thing tomorrow. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this podcast. I will talk to you guys tomorrow evening when I get back from Sinton. Until then, have a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.